Yeah.
Wow. Well,
And,
Anjali said, I would never have known that. She said, wait a minute. I never knew that, parentheses, not that I should have known that, but I never knew that you really appear to be that person who had the perfect life from beginning to now.
Oh, no. Not now, not then. Not never. Never.
Right.
Have never not struggled, but I feel so blessed that I can still see beauty in the world. And I can still see the beauty in my life, the beauty I've had, the beauty I've come close to. But I find it in funny places. I find it in a butterfly's wings. I find it in watching the hummingbirds that I feed, or the mockingbirds that I put out blueberries every day for. I find it in watching little bugs, little insects, and not stepping on them and crushing them, but watching them. I find it in odd places. I've had to, and I think if we all did that, we might take more of an interest in saving it. If we realize how much beauty there is in the smaller things, the little voiceless things that can't help themselves, that God has entrusted us to be guardians of.
Right.
We might find some happiness, because it's really hard. It's hard lately to find happiness. I got to tell you. If you can get a little tiny piece of it. Yeah.
Yeah, just a taste. Just a taste.
Just a taste. I just want a taste every now and then. I don't need a whole bowl of it or a whole plate. Just give me a little taste of it.
I can't. I went through that, and like I said, my happiness doesn't just lie with one person. I have my kids. I have, I'm doing things that I love, and it helps to have somebody that cares about me, also. And like, I know you don't know Robert, but he's amazing, and a lot of things that I, either felt I couldn't do or shouldn't do, or I don't know how I'm going to do. It's just good to have someone to support you, and like you said, have that butterfly effect. You were that caterpillar, now you turn to this butterfly, and you get to fly on with it. And having good friends, friends that can say, hey, girl, you're messing up, or girl, you're doing a good job. That also helps.
Good girlfriends can save you.
Yes.
They can really save you sometimes. How old are your children, LaShawn?
I have a 22-year-old. I have a 15. Well, he'll be 15 on Saturday, and I also have an 11-year-old too. And this girl, she is Disneyed out. She wants to be on TV. She writes poetry. She writes songs. She does everything. She keeps us busy. So it's just amazing.
There's no reason why she can't do it, but I bet you worry about that 15-year-old boy. Every time he leaves the house.
Yes, I do. One, because of the girls. One, because of the girls, and two, because of the injustice that happens with, our black and brown boys.
Oh, honey, I would be worried. I mean, not that you should be, but boy, I would be. If I had a 15-year-old son, shoot, I'd try to not let him out the house.
Right. One time I had to stop him, and, ladies and gentlemen, this is like a real candid moment, because I really don't talk about my kids much on the air, but my son one day, he's taller than me now. Not that that's hard to do, but he's taller than me, and he's very lanky, and just a sweetheart, just a beautiful child inside and out. And one day he
with you as his mother, of course he is. But go ahead.
Thank you. So one day he was like, Mom, can I run to Acme and get some cup of noodles and some fire hot Cheetos or something like that? And I said, sure, go ahead. And it was drizzling. It wasn't raining, but it was like that misty drizzle. And he threw on his hood and started running.
I was going to say, he put on a hoodie. Oh, my God.
Yes. I literally ran after him. I was like, you cannot do that. And his face was so innocent. He was like, what, Mom? I didn't want to put an umbrella. I just wanted to put my hood on. I said, baby, you can't run in our neighborhood and have a hood on. People are going to mistake you, and I don't want you to get hurt. And that was the hardest thing I had to tell my son, outside of, if and when that happens, wear a condom. I don't condone it. I don't want that to happen no time soon. But that was the hardest thing telling him, because he could not grasp well, that little boy across the street has a hood on, and he's running, and nothing's happening to him. And I had to break down Tamir Rice. I had to break down Trayvon. I had to break down every little child that looked like him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it was hard. And Chris said the same thing. I understand. I raised 3
boys.
It is. It's
that
hard.
Is so
it's
disturbing.
hard.
It's so disturbing and so truthful. I hope your audience can grasp the depth of what you just said, how deep that is.
It's crazy.
It's real. I mean, it's real. It's real.
Yeah.
And, I mean, come on, how sad is that?
Right, and it's not like it's an article of clothing. An article of clothing you can't wear.
I know, and technically we were released from being slaves by Lincoln in 1863. And
right.
Here it is, 2017, and your son, your 15-year-old boy, cannot wear a hoodie out.
Right, and run in our neighborhood.
Fear of being shot, yes, in your
exactly.
Because you're in a decent neighborhood. Now, of course, if we're in a ghetto, you know, there's a liquor store on every corner. You can't get a loan to open a store with, which reminds me, I was going to say, you can't get a loan to open a store that has fresh, organic vegetables and fruits in it, but you can get a loan to open a gun store or a liquor store in the ghettos. But I wanted to tell your audience to be sure if they have any land around where they live or a backyard or any little space of land to start planting. And don't plant seeds by Monsanto. Monsanto is the company that bought up all the seeds all over the country, and they're the ones that are injecting those GMO, God knows what they're putting in our food. So you can only plant and only buy organic, which is hard for poor people on a limited income. You can't buy organic because it's expensive, but you can grow it. You can grow it.
Right.
Grow your own vegetables. Grow your own tomatoes, your own collard greens, your own okra, your own broccoli. Grow it. And then you know it's clean and you've got some food. Because in the poor neighborhoods, there are no stores where you could buy those things.
Exactly.
You can go get a bag of chips. You can go get a bag of chips and a bottle of vodka or a bottle of gin, but you can't get no fresh fruit.
No, you can't. And if you do get a thing of fruit, you know, God forbid you go to like a regular store, it'll probably be about $15 a pound for that. But like it's cheap to get, you know, it's cheaper to get junk food. But like the organic section, it'll be $8 a pound for some grapes, but you know, 50 cents to buy like sugar water. So it's
of course.
We're
by design. It's by design. It's by design. That's what people have to realize. This is not just happenstance. This is by design. The powers that be have never gotten over Lincoln signing the Free the Slaves in 1863. They never got over it. And a lot of those people, like I said, who were standing around laughing at lynchings of our grandfathers and great-grandfathers are still walking amongst us right now.
Right.
Those guys are alive.
You're right.
Those old white racists are alive, and a lot of them are in government jobs.
Right, yeah.
School superintendents. Yeah, or their sons are. And they were raised in a household where they spoke badly of us.
Right.
And so, it's very real. It is really real what is happening and what is happening to us. And I don't have all the answers, but I just know if you stand in truth and if you stay connected to your God force, whatever that is, whether it's Muslim, Christian, in my case, I lean more towards like Zen Buddhism and the Tao and stuff like that. I more believe in that stuff. But whatever the people's faith is, stand in the truth of it and in the righteousness of it, the right part of it, and just stick together, help each other.
Right.
And don't hurt the animal. Do what is right.
And that's
all.
it.
Keep one's own path clean, and we will be all right.
I agree. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the last segment of our show, and again, it has been a powerful show. It's been laughs, it's been smiles, it's been seriousness, and we really are having a great time with Miss Lonette McKee. And I really enjoyed you on the show, and I definitely would like to work with you more with, either radio or different video podcasts, something like that, because you truly have a message that a lot of people need to hear, a lot of people want to hear, but just don't know how to contact or how to, hear it from you in particular.
I would love that. LaShawn,
yes,
I would
we definitely
love
have
to work
to.
with you. I would
Thank
love
you.
to work with you on any level. You know more about this end of this business than I. So,
okay.
And we need also to exchange personal information.
Definitely.
I'll
inbox you everything.
On you. Okay, because this is all I have on you, and I don't like that this is all I have on you. But I don't. I mean, I want to be in touch with the people that I love and that I know are on the same page, especially. But it's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
People don't even have to be on the same page as me, as long as they're open. As long as they're not doing anything really hateful or harmful or, purposely hurting animals or children or the disabled. That's a big thing because I have a disabled sister. I'm very adamant about better care for them. They get terrible care. And some cities, they hardly have any places for them to be cared for at all. So, I mean, we just have to stick together and keep doing what's right. That's all.
We definitely do.
Yes, and start your gardens, people. You urban people in the cities that have a backyard, start a garden. Seeds cost next to nothing. Seeds are like $1 a pack. Buy the seeds, put them in the ground, water them, grow your own fruit and vegetables. Then you're eating clean, you're eating organic. For all practical purposes, you're eating organic, but you're not paying organic prices.
Talk about that. Yeah. Oh, my gosh, talk about that. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to go out with our thoughts on Tupac Shakur. We know 21 years ago, was it 21 or 31? Oh, my gosh. Tupac
I think it was 21. It could not possibly be 31.
Yeah, it was 21. Yeah, bro. Time's flying. It was 21. Because I was blankety 6 years old. So, anyway.
And Biggie, too.
Yes. Now, here's my thing, and I know my listeners are going to think I'm crazy, and I know Robert's going to be like, oh, here she goes again. But check this out. Unfortunately, I do believe that Biggie is no longer with us. And the sad thing about that was he was slain for something he had nothing to do with. They thought he had
and I
to do
loved
with
him. I had all his stuff. I had both his albums. I was ready for Biggie to just, blow up and be like, I still play him.
Right. He would have been amazing. He would have still been relevant, hot, and probably writing and or producing. But
absolutely,
Tupac Shakur, I do not. I believe that the people who said they've seen him in Cuba, I believe that. And there's a few reasons why. And before I go, I could see Robert's face like, oh, there she goes. Because we were watching All Eyes on Me. I'm like, he's not dead. He's not dead. And there's a whole web search on this. So my thoughts are, one, he had songs that talked about things like the Monica Lewinsky case, us dropping food over Baghdad, Eminem. None of these things were in nowhere near relevant and or in existence when he allegedly passed away. It was so much so that, think about it. Remember, Dave Chappelle even made a little skit. I wrote this on a long time ago because it's really ironic that he had music, tattoos, sneakers, things that weren't even weren't even created yet, but there's pictures of him with these items on. And it's just ironic. But then there's a song called Blasphemy on his album. And there's a part that says, I'm walking up and down the boulevard trying to figure where to go. Brothers getting shot, coming back resurrected. It went over your head. You don't understand.